You ever get that feeling that you're just searching? Maybe for the right career, or a passion, or just that sense of purpose that really clicks? Well, let's dive into a really simple but profound technique from the philosopher Joseph Murphy. It's all about discovering your true place in life by using a power that's been inside you all along.
So this, right here, this is the key. This one single sentence is the absolute core of Murphy's entire technique. And it's so much more than just a string of words. Think of it as an affirmation, maybe even a prayer. It's designed to be like a direct phone number to the deepest part of your own mind. And we're going to break down exactly why this thing is so powerful.
And let's be real. Who hasn't felt this way? It's that feeling of being just a little adrift, you know? Like you're out at sea, knowing there's something more for you, but you just can't see the shore. Well, this is the exact feeling Murphy's technique is designed for. And here's the big twist. He says the answer isn't out there somewhere to be found, it's already inside you.
Okay, so if the answer's already inside us, where do we even begin to look? This is where Murphy's work gets really interesting. He tells us to stop looking at the outside world for a second and to turn our attention inward, toward what he called our inner guidance system, the incredible untapped power of our subconscious mind.
Now, when Murphy talks about the subconscious, he doesn't just mean a dusty old filing cabinet for your memories. No. He called it infinite intelligence. He believed it's like a deep well of wisdom that's connected to a universal knowledge. The core idea here is that a part of you, right now, already knows exactly what you're good at, what you're passionate about, and the path you're meant to walk.
And you have got to understand the difference between these two parts of your mind. It's like night and day. Our conscious mind, that's the one stressing out, analyzing everything, second-guessing every decision we make. It's noisy. But underneath all that chatter is the subconscious. It operates on a whole different level. It's calm, it doesn't debate, it just knows. It works from this place of quiet knowing to guide you.
Here's probably the best way to think about it. Your conscious mind is like trying to drive in a brand new city with a giant old-school paper map. You're constantly pulling over, you're getting lost, you're frustrated, right? But your subconscious? That's Google Maps for your soul. The destination is already plugged in. It just calmly tells you, in 200 feet, turn right. It knows every turn to get you there without any of the drama.
So this is great. We've got this incredible inner GPS. But how do we actually turn it on? How do we ask for directions? Well, it turns out that the way you ask is every bit as important as what you're asking for. Murphy was super specific about the feeling behind the prayer. The vibe you bring to it is everything. It needs to be repeated quietly when you're in a state of peace. You have to do it positively with a genuine expectation that you're going to get an answer, and, get this, lovingly, as if you're talking to a wise, trusted friend, not barking orders into a machine.
So let's be crystal clear here. This is not about just mechanically chanting words over and over. The real goal is to bypass that noisy, doubtful conscious mind and impress your desire directly onto the subconscious. It's the feeling, that calm conviction, that really does the heavy lifting. The words are just the vehicle to get that feeling across. And Murphy used this beautiful metaphor for this. He said, your prayer is like a seed. But faith and confidence, that's the fertile soil. I mean, you could have the best seed in the world, but if you toss it on concrete, nothing's going to happen, right? It's your belief, that rich soil, that allows the instruction to actually take root in your subconscious and eventually blossom into an answer.
All right, all of this sounds great in theory, but how do we actually put it into practice? Let's get into the simple, actionable steps that you can literally start using today.
You're going to love how simple this is. Step 1, you repeat the prayer. Step 2, you consciously add that feeling of faith and confidence, really believing an answer is already on its way to you. And step 3, consistency. Making this a daily habit, especially right when you wake up and just before you fall asleep, turns it into a seriously powerful routine. And there's a really smart, strategic reason for that timing. In those drowsy, relaxed moments, your conscious, analytical mind, the security guard that's always on high alert, is kind of sleepy. Its guard is down. This creates a clear, direct pathway right to your subconscious, which makes it way more receptive to your suggestion. So, you're doing the practice every day. Now what? Well, it's really important to know what you're looking for, because the answer probably won't show up in the way you expect it to.
Yeah, if you're waiting for a booming voice from the heavens or some kind of dramatic sign from the universe, you're probably going to miss it. The guidance from your subconscious is almost always way more subtle, way more internal than that.
A lot of times, the answer just shows up as a feeling. You know, you think about one career path and you feel this sense of inner peace. You think about another one and you get that little knot in your stomach. Pay attention to that. That's your internal emotional compass pointing the way.
It can also show up as a hunch, an intuition, just a sudden urge to call someone, or look up a class online, or drive by a place you haven't thought about in years. It's not logical, it's just a gentle pull, a little tendency that nudges you forward.
And ultimately, the clearest sign of all is what Murphy calls a silent, peaceful knowing. It isn't loud or frantic, it's just a calm, unforced certainty that settles deep inside you. You just know what the next right step is, and you don't even need to explain it or justify it. You just know. So let's bring this all home. The first big takeaway? Your subconscious already knows your true place. The answer isn't lost. Second, that prayer we talked about, when you repeat it with real faith, is how you tune into that guidance. And finally, and this is so crucial, clarity doesn't show up when you're stressed and searching. It surfaces in moments of peace and quiet inner awareness. And that leaves us with one last, powerful question to think about. If you were to just get quiet for a moment right now, and put all the noise and the second-guessing aside, what feeling, what hunch, or what silent knowing is your inner guidance system trying to share with you?